Welcome to a video talking about the greatness of the sequel manga to the manga, Kengan Ashura, an anime of the same name. Kengan Omega takes place 2 years after the events at the end of Ashura. If you like more Kengan Ashura videos and also some Omega ones, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, let's begin. At this point we have 42 chapters released, with one being released weekly. A quick summary of the story is 2 years after the game-changing Annihilation Tournament, we follow the paths of aspiring fighters Koga and mysterious Gaoki as they are tangled up in an underground world of Kengan matches. Much like Kengan Ashura, Omega will feature a big tournament but in a different way. It's the Kengan Underground Tournament, or the regular Kengan Ashura people, versus the Rising Underground Fighting Tournament known as Purgatory. To the fight to get the right to own the loser's underground system, it's going to be 13 fighters versus 13 fighters to decide who will win and own the underground fighting world. But at this point we have not got to that point where the two underground fighters are fighting one another. We haven't got to that point. At this point we're only pretty much selecting the fighters for the main Kengan Ashura team that's going to represent them, with the search for old legends from the Annihilation Tournament and new fighters training to join the battle. The story seems to feature two main fighting protagonists. Koga, who is a young man who wishes to enter the underground fighting scene in order to attain greater power and strength. He also seems to have some history or grudge against Tokita Oma, the protagonist of Ashura, which came from a crushing defeat against Oma 3 years prior. His involvement to the story is much like an underdog who is training his hardest to be selected and represent Kengan in the battle, and that will occur from 6 months onwards after chapter 44 that we're going to be seeing soon. Kengan Ashura, it's similar to Omega but kind of different. Doesn't have that slow or pretty boring protagonist. These characters are developing a lot more. With the other fighter, Garuki, he is more mysterious and he seems to just want to kill people at first, but we learn that he's much stronger and he seems to look a lot like Tokita Oma and have some knowledge of was living and born in the same place as Tokita Oma, which is the Lawless Land, so they have that corresponding going on. He's a lot stronger fighter than the other protagonist, or I'll say probably Koga is the protagonist and this guy's probably the second protagonist. These guys see each other as kind of rivals at this point, where they don't really like each other but they're starting to bond and train together. Gaoki, he's already selected as he's shown his worth in the Kengan fighters, while Koga is still training to be worthy to be selected. At this point we haven't seen much from either of them fighting wise. We've seen a couple Kengan matches, a couple training sessions, but this most of it's really set up at this point, but it's really interesting setup. We have many corresponding characters from Ashura coming back, some new ones, some old ones. We got Sakubahashi, we got Wakatsuki and Jio Yang already pretty much confirmed to be in the battle, and that's good. They're in the search, they got the Fang of Metsuno back to join the team, that's all good. And I highly recommend checking out Kengan Omega. If you enjoyed the manga for Ashura or enjoyed the anime, I highly recommend finishing the Kengan Ashura manga if you have not already, and then starting Omega. It's a lot similar, and at this point it's probably going to end up better. It seems more like a more refined story than what Omega was, what Ashura was. It seems it's going to take it nice and slow and it's going to slowly build up everything, which is going to be good. Like I said, currently 42 chapters, one coming out weekly, and yep. If you're watching or reading Kengan Omega, let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments. If you haven't and going to, I hope this video helped. Make sure to subscribe, and yep, that's it guys. Peace.